Hi friends, I want to start off by saying this video is not sponsored by anybody. A few months ago I was watching a video from Denver Riddle entitled, "Can AI Tool Turn Old Video into Crispy 4K?" Denver sells his own app on his channel, so I thought if he was going to go to the trouble to make a video about someone else's app, I should definitely check it out. So I did. I've gone ahead and linked that video in the upper right hand corner for you if you want to check it out. The app in question is made by Topaz Labs, and it looked amazing on Denver's video, but $200 does not always just appear out of thin air, so I had to wait a bit before purchasing it. Topaz does have a free trial on their site, so you can download the full app and see for yourself how your footage will come out. But if you try to export the affected footage, they're going to place a watermark right in the middle of it, which is fine, of course, because it really is worth downloading the free trial just to see if your footage is going to be enhanced how you need it to be. I started shooting a documentary in 1999 using a digital 8 camera. I have a lot of footage from that camera. Here is a clip from my digital 8 footage collection. It is blocky, it is noisy, and it is not very pleasant to look at, despite the very handsome man front and center in this clip. Now here is that same piece of video after it was rendered with the Topaz Video Enhance AI. I'm not sure how it works exactly, but this footage looks a lot better than it did. And I think if your footage is as bad as this, the effect winds up looking a little painterly or animated. I am so fine with that. The difference in this footage is fantastic. So, I was having fun, so I decided to see how Topaz would handle other kinds of footage. So I grabbed some VHS footage from YouTube. Here is the before, and here is the after. Topaz has a few options when it comes to choosing your effect. Depending on the option you choose, and I guess the computer you have, your footage can take anywhere between 1/10 of a second for each frame to render, or over a second, or even more. So I wouldn't choose a long clip. I wouldn't say, hey, Topaz, render this hour-long clip for me. I would probably break it up in 10 or 15-minute clips and then join them all together on a timeline later on, because that hour-long clip will probably take 5 hours to render, depending. So break it up. Break up those clips and just put them together on a timeline later. My husband does song reactions for my channel, and I film him using a Lumix G9, which is a great camera. Again, not sponsored. I just love my G9. But the lighting in our house, it could be better. The G9 is great outdoors. My house is a little dark. So what happens is when I shoot the video, there's always noise. Now I want you to pay attention to specifically the side of his headphones, the microphone, and his shirt, the front of his shirt. You'll see that there's noise there. But once I run it through this Topaz app, it really cleans it up amazingly. It fixes it right up. I hope you can tell on YouTube. I'm not sure that you can, but it makes a nice difference with that noise. I also went and grabbed some public domain stuff off of YouTube to see how well the app does with that. Old Superman cartoons are apparently in the public domain, so yay. Here is the Man of Steel before using the Topaz app, and here he is after. I'll go back and forth for you so you can see the difference. It's pretty amazing, even on this older stuff. Now there is a specific setting for CGI within the app. I did not download any CGI, but Topaz also lets you compare 3 different settings with the original if you want to see which looks best, and you can compare them with one another. The app works so well that I personally just thought to myself, let them recommend a setting and go with that, because I just felt like it does such a great job. Why wouldn't I let it pick what it thinks would be the best recommended setting? But you can play with different settings. Also, I forgot to mention this, but Topaz is not only just enhancing your video, but if it's in standard definition, it is also upscaling it too. It will upscale it to 1920 by 1080. It will upscale video all the way up to 8K ultra high def. I imagine that is going to be a longer render though. I did not attempt the 8K. I do not have anything to watch 8K on, so it didn't make any sense for me, but maybe it'll make sense for you. Here is the before and after of some footage from the 1968 movie Fool's Gold, also public domain and also downloaded from YouTube. Look how crisp the edges are. Every time, the edges get very crisp, the noise is gone. Everything looks better once it's put through this app. I'm kind of amazed by it, really. Finally, I wanted to see how the results were with black and white footage. So here is Barbara and her brother before things go south for them in Night of the Living Dead.
Well, the flowers die, and the caretaker or somebody takes them away.
Yeah, a little spit and polish, you can clean this up. Sell it next year. Wonder how many times we bought the same one.
If you look, you can see that the tree trunk, the headstone, the cross, everything looks just better. It just pops out at you. It's crisp. It's a miracle, I think. So, is the app worth it? Does it do what it claims? You're going to get 2 big yeses from me. $200 is kind of steep for a lot of us, yes. But I will say this, I also got a bit of a discount for using the Honey browser extension. I learned about that through Mr. Beast a couple years ago, and it really does save money. Once again, not a sponsor, but I think I saved $30 off of this app using Honey. I'm not sure how long that code is going to be working, but it's worth it to install it just to see if you plan on trying to buy this. I really do hope this video helped you figure out if this is the app for you or not. And honestly, if you're still on the fence, just download the free trial. The free trial download is the full download. The only difference is that it will put the watermark on it. It's worth it to download it to see if it'll work on your footage, if it's going to do what you need it to do, and to see if your computer can handle it. Some people, I've watched a few videos about Topaz from other creators, and their computers were a couple years old, and so the rendering took a lot longer than it did for mine. My computer is not a supercomputer, but it is less than a year old. So I didn't find the rendering times to be that crazy, honestly. For a 12-minute clip of video, it took an hour for me to enhance and upscale it with the Topaz Labs app, which to me was well worth it. The footage looked so good, it was so well worth it. Alright. Hope this helped. Thanks for watching, everyone.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Stop it! You're ignorant.